In this video, I'm going to cover monopolistic competition. Characteristics of this competitive structure are there are relatively large numbers of sellers, differentiated products, there's some control over price, easy entry and exit, and there's a lot of non-price competition or advertising. Examples of firms in this market structure are fast food restaurants, furniture companies, jewelry stores, hair salons, and clothing manufacturers. Monopolistically competitive market structures have characteristics of both monopolies as well as perfect competition. So, like a monopoly, there's control over price due to the fact that they're able to differentiate their own product. Demand is greater than marginal revenue. There's plenty of advertising. They're not efficient. Like perfectly competitive firms, there are a large number of smaller firms. It's easy to enter and exit the market, and in the long run, they have zero economic profit. In this market structure, the goods are not identical. Non-price competition or advertising is very important. So the goal is for the firm to differentiate their product through brand names and packaging, the attributes of their product, service, could be location. They use advertising to try to increase their demand and make the demand more inelastic. How to draw monopolistically competitive graphs. Just like the monopoly graph, marginal revenue is below the demand curve. In the short run, the graph is going to look just like a monopoly graph. So MR equals MC is your profit maximizing quantity, and then you go up to the demand curve, and that's the price that the monopolistically competitive firm will charge. However, in the long run, new firms are going to enter the market, driving down the demand for the firms that are already in the market. So demand will shift until the demand curve is adjacent to the average total cost curve on the downward sloping part of the average total cost curve. Why does the demand shift? When short-run profits are made, new firms will enter, and the demand for each firm is going to fall. When short-term losses are made, firms will exit, and demand for each firm will rise. What happens when firms are incurring a loss in this market structure? The graph would look just the same as it would for a monopoly that's incurring a loss. In the long run, however, firms would leave the market, driving up the demand for firms that are already in the market. So demand shifts and price and quantity increase, and total revenue equals your total costs. Are monopolistically competitive firms efficient? They are not allocatively efficient because price does not equal marginal costs. Nor are they productively efficient because you're not producing at the minimum ATC. The firm also has excess capacity. So what that means is, given the current resources available to the firm could produce at the lowest cost, but they decide not to. And that's shown as the gap between the minimum average total cost output and the profit maximizing output, not the amount underproduced. So the firm could produce at a lower cost, but it's holding back production in order to maximize profit. So the excess capacity is shown on this graph. Here's a practice question, and the answer is B. Another practice question, and the answer is C.